Sorry. He's like, button starts, and then I'm saying, whoa, started. Anyway, Professor Anton response type video. I'm going to ask him a few questions or something, try to put it to him to explain some of this jammer, or whammer, or blammer, whatever the hell this crap is.
Have words like that. We have words like everything, like all that ever was. We have words like forever and all of time. Now, those words themselves have a kind of meaning. The words that we're using, somehow, they don't refer to a fact, but they enable a concept that is the universe and all that is, thinking about that.
Okay, so yes, because we're talking about it is the universe. Well, yeah, we're part of the universe. Our thoughts are part of the universe. And, we do this language thing, and we start off with ugh and no and yes, and we build it up, and we're able to, we do this intellectual thing. We say, hey, we need a word for that. That idea like where there's like no beginning and no end. We need a word for that. Okay, infinity, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, we construct a language that deals with what we're observing. I'll let you go, and then I'll try to make my point.
That fact of itself, that seems pretty mysterious.
Is it not? Yeah. No, it doesn't seem very... Okay, here's the example. We're little things in a maze of life. Let's call it a maze. Okay, we're little buglets. And over billions of years, you've conceded the existence of evolution. Yeah, we start to get smart. We start learning how to navigate the maze pretty good. So we get this bigger brain thing, and we're able to screw around and manipulate it. And so we're doing the maze thing, and then we realize, hey, wait, this maze has walls. What do you think's over the other side of those walls? Let's see if we can climb the walls and look at the other side. So we build ourselves microscopes and telescopes, and we start doing theoretical physics, and we start doing all kinds of stuff. We come up with E equals mc squared and whatnot, and we start to understand what's out there. That the stars aren't candy, little sparkly diamonds. We start to describe the world around us. But we're still in a maze, okay? We're still in the maze, and we find out there's a whole bunch of, space fabric out there with a bunch of stuff banging around out there, but it doesn't look too particularly relevant to maze life. It really doesn't have, except for the pretty colors, there's really not much to it. There's not much to connect it to us and what we're doing, what we need. The fact that... if you pinch me, do I not go, ouch? It doesn't really have anything to do with that. So that's what I'd like you to explain why it's worthy of mysterious. It's not mysterious. It's what happens when you start getting intelligent. You start asking questions, not mysterious.
You want a good argument for God. If you want to go toward what we mean by the divine ground of being, it's a simple 3-word...
What we mean by the divine ground of being. So I don't know who the we is. And why would you even come up with something, the grounded divine of being, or the divine ground of being? Can't put that on no bumper sticker. God's a nice 3-letter word. What the hell are you doing with this crap? What is that? Sorry. Even you can't even get to be serious to understand what the hell you're talking about. I saw a couple of her comments, and she doesn't even get it. And she'll go for almost anything. She thinks I can think myself into better chromosomes. Like I can make myself a better baby by saying, be smarter baby, make my better sperm spermier. She thinks she can do that kind of crap.
Word sentence, it's a 3-word argument for the inescapability of God talk. And it's that...
Again, you say it's inescapable. I've escaped it. I don't need to talk about no friggin' gods, okay? I only have to talk about them because you fucktards keep bringing the goddamn word up. I can do quite fine looking at the universe and saying, I don't see no God. I don't even have to imagine his existence. And it's only because somebody else said the word before me that I have to clean up the mess of the God. Okay, it's not nothing my brain said. As soon as I was born, I said, oh, I wonder who God is. I wonder where God is. I wasn't looking for him until somebody told me there had to be one. So that's bullshit. It really is bullshit.
This is. This is. Whatever that word, the whole, and I mean all of it. All of it, including the self-aware consciousness in which that whatever is becomes aware of itself.
Yes, right. Okay, so you have all that. That is that, and that is where this, that. Okay. So yeah, we encompass everything, and we say, look, it made beings capable of contemplating their own existence. And I know you think that's like, wow, incredible. Wow, incredible. But we know how it happened. We know that it's just a byproduct of intelligence. When an animal's able to model the maze they're in, then they can also model other things. They can use that intelligence that was really good for doing the maze thing, and they now can apply it to doing something that's not so mazy anymore. Okay? But we know there's nothing fundamentally intelligent in the existence of the maze, or the existence of the space fabric, or the existence of the galaxies crashing into each other. There's no intelligent designer required. It's a bucket of chemistry. It's not painting. It's in its creation. Okay, like I said, it might create something beautiful. A million monkeys and a million typewriters might write something brilliant, but it wouldn't be because there had to be a God. It would just be because that's going to be the permutations. That's going to be the possibilities when you have this dynamic and energy system. But to describe it as if it has some intent and volition and intelligence behind it, that's just such a cheat, because no intelligence required.
Yes, and what is the this? I mean all of the this, right? If you close your mouth and just look around and really try to see, hear, feel, touch, smell all of the relations that you're deeply embedded in. There is a grand cosmic connection between.
I mean, whatever. I mean, that's just words. It's just poetry. It's mumbo jumbo. Of course, we are connected to the crap we're made out of. We're made out of matter, so we're connected to matter. Oh, how miraculous. No, it's not miraculous.
Between everything, between all of it. Okay? And I think that the issue here is that language gives a kind of transcendence, and that transcendence is, you try to take the word tree. Okay, now this is this issue. You don't want to say the second law of thermodynamics. What you want to say is that living systems have neg-entropic relations to what they're, the environments that they're embedded in. And neg-entropy is what has happened. An organism somehow creates disorder. It creates and amplifies, unfortunately, disorder around itself to maintain an order within itself. It's living.
Oh, whatever. I mean, again, obviously in this closed system we are able to, things condensed, okay, matter condensed into heavier elements, and that those heavier elements mixed and condensed into bigger and bigger compounds, and we're just a really big compound. I mean, we're a lot of matter put in one place, in one big little pile that's really complex because of its 4 billion years of evolution, because it had a capacity to be structured through the chemistry. But it's through the chemistry, not through divine anything.
These systems cut against the entropy of physical closed systems. I don't think that your video really helped clarify anything. I think, if anything, it sort of mystified people on that. The issue of, and let's get at that. I want to really get at.
And you think your videos do something other than mystify people? Cloud issues, clutter. You're clarifying. You're making things more explicit. No, you're doing what your religion is based on, is perpetual ambiguity theory. I mean, it's just bullshit. Leave everything fudgy and fuzzy so we don't realize what the fuck we are, which is, fancy cockroaches.
neg entropy. And I want to hear you talk about neg entropy very competently and how it relates to language. Because take the word tree. The word tree doesn't rot, it doesn't get old. The word tree doesn't lose its leaves. Yet somehow, the word, if you tear down every tree in existence, you can't tear down the meaning of the word tree. The meaning of the word tree isn't located somehow in the material substance. It's beyond entropic relations. See,
Well, that's nonsense. It's not beyond those relations. Your understanding, when I hear the word tree, is going to be completely dependent on where I am in the world and what tree exposure I have throughout my life. In some places, tree might just mean big cactus, right? I mean, some places, tree might not even be a word, because there aren't any. So, I mean, what? What? You're going to make magic out of the fact that we have labeled